morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, so today I am bringing you word of a brand new Pokémon GX. It is Wishiwashi. Now, I did a video about Wishiwashi before, link in the description, and I said, well, Wishiwashi in the game goes from little Wishiwashi to big school form, i.e. lots of them all joined together into a really big fish. We suggested that maybe you would have a Stage 1 GX that was a school form. That's not the case. Wishiwashi GX is a basic Pokemon. That's right. He's a basic, and he's got 210 HP, which is ludicrous. And being a basic, you can use Fighting Fury Belt to give him 250 HP, and being a water Pokemon, you can actually use Rough Seas to heal 30 damage per turn. That's right. A 250 HP basic Pokemon where you're healing 30 damage per turn. That, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely ridiculous. If he's got any good attacks, this is going to be fun. Firstly, you can do Water Gun, 20 damage for a Water Energy. I mean, I suppose it's 30 with a Fighting Fury, about 50 with a Professor Kukui. It ain't good. Even with your tanking ability, it's not impressive. Second attack, free water energy, double colourless, 120, discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active. There is no world in which this is not hideously overpriced. Yes, I know you can use double colourless energy, and yes, he's a basic so you can use Max Elixir, but still, ladies and gentlemen, this is ludicrously overpriced. It ain't good. It is really not good at all. But he has got a GX attack which might be good. For the same free water and a double colourless, so again you'll need to use Max Elixir double colourless here, 220 damage, and you move all the energy from Wishiwashi to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. And here's the argument for Wishiwashi GX. You use Max Elixir and double colourless. You build him up early game, he's a basic after all. You then do 220 damage, you get a one-hit KO on almost anything, and then you move all the energy to the bench, and you basically get a one-hit KO while setting yourself up for the rest of the game. But the question is, what do you really want to set yourself up with? I'll give you a couple examples. If I'm an expanded, I might want to use Blastoise, and I might want to use Archie's Ace in the Hole like Jacob Van Wagner did when he won the World Championships to set up Blastoise. Okay. But then, why am I not just putting the energy onto a Keldeo instead? Yes, I know Wishiwashi's tanky, but Keldeo's got much better attacks and a good ability. Alright, well in Standard, what water decks might I want to use? And that's a good place to start here. Which water decks do we have? And we have one at the moment, really. It is Lapras GX based water box decks. So you can get a one-hit KO and move all the energy to bench Lapras and get going that way. But you might as well just Max Elixir onto the Lapras. Now don't get me wrong, you could get a big one-hit KO early game and then move the energy onto Lapras, and I do like Wishiwashi's attack, the GX attack, much more than I like Lapras's GX attack. But that really is about the only thing we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. I love the idea of a big GX attack that gets your one-hit KO and then sets your board up for the rest of the game. But really, 5 energy is just a little bit ludicrous. As a side note, as well as his tanking, he does have a nice weakness right now. There are very few good electric Pokemon out there at the moment, and unless Tapu Koko starts seeing a lot of play, Wishiwashi will be tanky. But like I've said, really, best use here, one GX attack, and then move on to something else. I really think hitting for 120 a turn for 5 energy is just too expensive. We've got better options, ladies and gentlemen. We really do. Now, there is a new Wishiwashi regular form coming out as well. The attack is rubbish, 10 to one of your opponent's Pokemon for water energy. But it's got an interesting, if fairly pointless ability. But it fits with the game. Once during your turn, you may switch that Wishiwashi with a Wishiwashi GX in your hand, and any damage counters, special conditions, etc. stay on Wishiwashi. Alright, but why would you not just play the GX? Because the GX is a basic, and 30 HP Pokemon, Espeon GX says hello. Umbreon GX says hello. Absol says hello. You see where I'm going with this? Even a Shaman Sky Return will say hello here. Far too easy to KO a 30 HP Wishiwashi, and to be honest, the tanking is pretty much the only thing Wishiwashi GX has got going for him anyway. I want to like this card. I want to love the tanking ability. But you know what? It's just too darned expensive. So I am going to be forced to give Wishiwashi 2 Wassies. I want to give him more, I really do. I like the GX attack, but 5 energy onto a Pokemon for 1 no, not loving it, ladies and gentlemen, not loving it. If you want to use a GX attack to set up your board, use Soul Burst GX on Solgaleo. Now you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen, there is a comment section, go nuts, be nice. The audio might sound slightly different at the moment. I am actually recording this in a hotel room in Sheffield because the regionals are happening tomorrow. I am going to be commentating them along with my good friends Joe, Nick and David. So my options were do this video on Monday or Tuesday, or knock it up with my spare microphone in my hotel room. I'm hoping you agree that I made the correct choice. And if you're listening to this on Friday or Saturday, pokemon.com/live. You know you want to watch it, it'll be fun. Please make sure you've liked this video, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter @TheWassie. The most important thing as always is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.